The champion's here. The champion's here. The new national openweight champion.
Oh man, we back again today. Well, first, welcome to the We Love Wrestling spot. You know, we out here. We had to go talk to some grown men out here, and we got one grown man who is joining us. We have, you call him the Suplex Assassin. You can call him the new MLW Openweight Champion. I'm just going to call him Mr. Alex Kane. How are you doing today, sir?
I am right now extremely sore. Extremely sore.
What got you sore?
Man, so I went into the gym. I was going to do my normal back workout. And one of the old head trainers in the gym, he was like, "Yo, Alex, come work out with me. Come on." And we did all of this volume or whatever. And then at the end of the workout, then we got to the deadlifts. I might do that first. He was like, "Nah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it the last. We're gonna exhaust your back, and then we're gonna do the really, really hard compound movements."
Was this your trainer or just the old man in the gym?
He's not necessarily my trainer. He does he gives me advice when I ask for it. He won't let me pay for sessions or whatever. He just gives me advice when I need it.
Well, that's what's up. But I was told you don't never go and work out with them old men because you know you're gonna be sore.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I feel like I had something to prove.
Okay, I feel you. Well, let me ask the first question because I almost lost it there. The first question we always ask here is, why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for wrestling?
What started my love for wrestling was a VHS tape. It was called Stone Cold's Demolition. I believe it chronicled his feud with Kane at First Blood. I believe it was a Hell in a Cell match. And I just thought all the cinematics that they had in it were really, really dope. And from then on, I was hooked. I think I started with the toys. After that, I started with the toys, and then I got into the video games, and then I got into the wrestling itself.
Okay. Stone Cold Kane. You said Stone Cold Demolition?
Yeah, Stone Cold's Demolition. You can't find it anymore. It wasn't even supposed to be released, actually. But they went ahead and released it anyway.
See, man, now I'm jealous. You know, you find out you got some DVDs out there that shouldn't be released, and people who had copies of it, you be like, man, what's going on here?
Man, I wish I still had it. I would have sold
it. Get money out here. So okay, for the people, just because you say Stone Cold Kane, there are a few. Who was some of your favorites growing up? One or two of them?
Shelton Benjamin, definitely.
Gold hair Shelton or regular hair Shelton?
Gold hair Shelton.
Okay.
Gold hair Shelton. And Randy Orton.
Two people from OVW out there. Okay. Why Shelton? I mean, he's a fucking superstar, collegiate superstar. You know, what took your attention to Shelton Benjamin?
Him being a collegiate superstar, because I found him when I first started wrestling in high school, and I just thought he was the coolest dude ever. He had dope music, he had a dope entrance, he had the swagger about him, and then he had this mean streak in the ring that I just love. So that's what drew me to him.
So we're going to have this conversation. Mm-hmm. Did you think Shelton was going to get the championship when he was going on that run on Raw being Triple H? And
yes. I thought he was going to get the belt. I thought that's what they were building to. That's literally the only reason to go over on Triple H, because it's Shelton's one of those guys who he's I guess a part of the class of he's always been over. There's not been a time where he's not been over. Everybody, no matter if Shelton was a heel or a babyface, I feel like everybody loves Shelton Benjamin. Yeah. And we all want him to at least either get a shot at the world title or have a run at the world title. One with the world title.
Yeah, I still want that before he up out of there, Just something got to happen with that. Now, you say Randy Orton. Mm-hmm. What brought you to Randy Orton?
It was really young Randy Orton. He was brash, he was cocky. Again, he had a dope fucking entrance. He had dope fucking music.
The sparklers coming down.
The sparklers coming down. My favorite shit. You got here like
that was my shit.
Yeah. And like now, as I'm I'm older and I'm watching wrestling from a performer's, point of view, he's so like when I watch his matches, he's so like his pacing is so slow, it's almost funny. But like everything he does means something. He's not just doing something to do something. He's not doing something to fill space. He's doing something with the intent to do damage. And I really appreciate that about him.
Oh man, I love watching it. So yeah, let's just go here because we can talk about MLW at a time. But they both started down in the OVW down in the Louisville area. Mm-hmm. I caught wind of you down in the Louisville area wrestling for Paradigm,
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, Kane is out here doing his thing. You got to the championship match. So, you didn't get the championship, but we won't talk about that. That's neither here or there. But, how was it being at Paradigm working?
Man, Paradigm, I kind of look at Paradigm as I do MLW as far as like my style because of where they brought me in to the UWFI.
Yeah.
I did the Future Showcase in Chattanooga, and then Dylan Hales caught wind of me. He was like, yo, you got to travel. And I'm like, okay, so where do I need to go? And then he was like, talk to J Rose. So I messaged J Rose, and I was so nervous. I didn't know what to say because I didn't know how J Rose was. I didn't know if J Rose was going to be like cool as cool as he is.
Right.
He might be an asshole.
Shout out J Rose.
Yeah, I fucking love J Rose. So yeah, we talked. He told me to come down and do Dan Severn's seminar, which was the night before, and whoever is a standout in that seminar gets a shot. Even gets a spot on the show the next day. So that's what I did, and I was a standout because there was only one other guy there that had done any like amateur wrestling or collegiate wrestling, and it was Dan Severn's seminar was pretty much like a freestyle wrestling camp. So I did that. They put me on the show the next day. I wrestled Levi Everett. I hit him with the Mark of Kane, and everybody was like, Alex Kane murdered Levi Everett. It looked like death.
I
love it at Paradigm.
When I saw it, started seeing the matches, I was like, I got to see this live because, it looked like they doing something real different here. Now from Spaces talking to you, I know you're a multiple sport athlete.
Yeah.
So like Paradigm, like I remember I think I might have said this, but you should bring out your grappling and your wrestling background a little bit more when you're out there doing it. So Terminus. It's trying to get you on Terminus. Let's go with it.
Yeah.
Jonathan Gresham has that coming up. Modern Ace Grappling. Have there been contacts with you or anything?
Nope. I got to talk to Baron a little bit in the Spaces last night, and he basically said that they've been putting together Terminus since like October. And I know I wrestled Baron like a month or two ago. I think it was a month or two ago. So, but no one's contacted me or anything like that. I just told him if y'all have already got everything set to where it's going to be set, you guys aren't adding anything new, I'll just wait until the next one or the next show. It is what it is. As long as I can get an opportunity to be on there, because that is my style of wrestling.
Yeah. Yes, it is. I want to see you on Terminus. Gresham, Baron Black put Alex Kane on Terminus. Like he said, if you can't be on the first one, he should be on the second one. On the third one, he should be a pillar in your company. Being a pillar in your company, sir. You down there also in Action Wrestling, because I've seen you a few places now. Now you was tearing it up down there in Action Wrestling, but got a little something hectic going on down there in action wrestling with you. And what's his name? Suge? You know, been calling each other out.
Yeah, Suge. Yeah, Suge. They introduced tag titles, and they wanted to do a tag team. Oh, they did a tag team tournament, essentially. And me and my partner, we didn't just want to just like go into this match and it just be like with like no kind of build or anything like that. And I've been wanting to wrestle Suge for a long time, and I still want a one-on-one match with Suge. So me and my partner decided to put out a promo. I had the Pineapple Pete shirt on. I think I had some necklaces and stuff, and then he was Kevin Ryan. And we just had fun with it, and everybody loved it. And then Suge took that still shot of my face in that video, and he puts it on. He puts it as his profile photo every now and again. I guess I'm never going to live that one down, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people slept on that when that promo video came out, though. I was like, hey, he got on this pineapple shirt. I ain't even expect this from him. But Suge did get that picture. So the one-on-one match, it has to be. You said it's coming? It has to come?
It has to come. It has to. In 2022, I better wrestle Suge D.
Slept on for you to 21, you know. Some people didn't see it. Now, we gotta get here because I got the play it for you.
I'm reaching for you. That's what I thought, host. He ain't want none of this. He wasn't serious. He ain't about that life. All that, he wasn't serious.
Now, first off, I watch MLW. When I saw this, I was like, yo, MLW, let them do it. But the center, now see, multiverse. You and Calvin Tankman, y'all was in, I believe, a 6-man match at Paradigm where y'all was on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, now the dynamic of both of y'all going in MLW in this feud, like it keeps elevating. Like he just bum rushed y'all on the last MLW show. Yeah. Like 2022, man. Feud of the year?
Definitely feud of the year. Definitely. This feud will rival Hammerstone and Fatu. It'll rival that.
Now that was built big right there. You saying it's gonna rival that?
It's gonna rival that.
Oh man, but okay. So I'm in Indianapolis too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you made a meme about Calvin. I didn't bring it up because you know I can't do that to my guy. We both in Indiana, but what do you think about Calvin Tankman overall? You know, coming at your whole team.
He's a crybaby. He's a crybaby. He's definitely a crybaby. And all of what is happening to him right now is his own fault. He has a track record at MLW of messing up huge opportunities. He had a shot at the world title. He fucked that up somehow. Me and Mo, I think it was like my first episode, my first episode, trying to recruit Calvin Tankman to come to American Top Team at the time. And he felt like he was bigger than a team. He felt like he didn't need any help. So with that disrespect, me and Mo weren't going to deal with that. So we had to show him what was what. And that's why we beat him up backstage.
So the new team, because you got a new team.
Yeah, Boomaye Fight Club.
Boomaye Fight Club. Ali, Boomaye. Like when I heard Boomaye, I was like, okay, I feel it. What brought you to start the Boomaye Fight Club?
Well, since I was, I guess, moving or leaving American Top Team to, I guess, branch out on my own and do my own thing. Because having Dan was great. Being a part of American Top Team was great, but I wanted to try to do my own thing. And I was watching the Muhammad Ali documentary. I think they did it in like September this year. And like watching, I guess, like the peaks and valleys of his career or his life was pretty dope. But like finally like seeing like the rumble in the jungle and like hearing them chant Ali Boumaier, and then like learning what Boumaier means, which means finish him, kill him. I definitely feel like that was a great fight mantra to have. That's essentially my style. And one day, whether I continue to be an asshole or if I become a babyface, the world will chant Boumaier.
Are they gonna chant Alex Kane Boumaier or just
Alex Boumaier, Alex Kane Boumaier? They will chant Boumaier.
Boumaier, yeah. MLW fans, when you're in the building, get that chant going. I'm just saying, like after I know he an asshole and everything, but when a person put on a good fight, a good match, me myself, I get hype about it. I'll be like, okay, I'm messing with him, you know. So now, I think he's been wrestling. If I don't want to correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's been wrestling under 5 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years in the
3 years this year. 2021.
3 years this year. I mean, your stock, a meteoric rise of some sorts, because some people been out here 10 years and not even noticed.
Yeah.
How do you feel being noticed after 3 years and being talked about in high class of people?
Man, it's definitely surreal because I didn't think it would happen this quickly. I thought it would take about 10 years. But to be in this position, it's extremely humbling. I try to stay as humble as possible because I have recognized that this can be taken away from me at any point in time. So I am simply enjoying it while I'm here and now and trying to make the biggest impact I possibly can.
All right. And I really don't listen to the outside of people, but I would just figure, have you been called Kane Taz out here? You know?
Yeah, a lot. I literally had a promoter say, we want to create a Team Taz type team for you or whatever, because you're literally Taz. And I was like, okay, all right.
And how you feel about that? You know, I know you want to be.
I'm not mad. Like, I'm not mad about it. Like, I mean, the comparison makes sense. And it's not one of those comparisons where it's like, oh, because Taz isn't a black man. We thought forever he was a black man, but he's not a black man.
Don't get me started.
So, you know, so it's not a comparison based on, oh, these guys look the same. It's a comparison on these guys' styles are the same or very similar. He's definitely an inspiration of mine. So to like, I was at a Paradigm OWA show, and the commentator said, "I'm this generation's Taz," and that
he did say that.
Yeah, I'm taking that to the heart.
This generation Taz, you already winning championships. I mean, you on your way. I mean, they can't stop you. Now, Alex, can we ask that question? Has MLW Azteca, has that aired yet? I don't think so.
It hasn't aired yet.
Okay, so we'll go away from that. I saw some spoilers, so let me leave that alone. So when I always bring the black wrestlers on, I got it right here over this shoulder. Black Wrestlers Matter.
Yeah, I see it.
Now, I like to talk in the real, so I was on Twitter last night, and I saw you put the tweet out. Who do I need to talk to or contact so I can get on these black shows? I mean, no one's contacting you, or you haven't got that look or anything.
Nobody hits me up. I've sent a few messages. I sent a message to AJ Gray one time before the last WrestleMania weekend. I think they were full or whatever. So I can't be mad about that. But like, yeah, nobody contacts me or anything, and it's like I'm out here, like I'm doing the damn thing, and like it would be awesome to be on a Black Wrestlers Matter or a For the Culture. That would mean a lot to me. Because I want to ultimately be a role model for like little Black kids watching wrestling. Like, I had a match with Joe Black, and I guess kind of paraphrase a little bit, but like he put me over huge. He was like, I want my kids to look up to Alex Kane like I looked up to Booker T. Like. And like I have goosebumps now, but like I had major goosebumps then. Like that was huge, and that's what I want to be. Like I want to inspire the next generation of Black kids watching wrestling. That you don't have to be angry all the time. You don't have to be a monolith. You don't have to be one thing. You can be funny. You can be a badass. You can be whatever you want to be, but you can do this.
Yo, that's what you need, because there's a lot of people that's way too serious out here, and y'all need to stop that.
Yeah.
So I mean, we talk about Black shows, so let's see. Black Wrestlers Matters, St. Louis, Mike Outlaw. I'm gonna send a tweet out right after we get done with this. So when y'all watch this, whenever it comes out, I sent the tweet out. Don't matter when it was, the tweet was sent out. So you got Black Wrestlers Matters, St. Louis. I think Mike Outlaw is the person to contact over that. My dudes KTR and Camaro Jackson. Then you got, they just announced that show in Dallas, Black on All Four Sides.
Yeah.
I don't know who's behind that, but I did see that.
I feel like it is. They were in the spaces last night. I just can't remember who it exactly was.
They were in there.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but we know that. And then another name that you mentioned earlier, you know, we got something going on here in Naptown. All Pro.
J Rose, Chase, Calvin,
Hoodfoot.
But they've already talked to me about that.
Okay.
So we're gonna definitely get in on that.
All right, we're gonna put it there then. Great to see. Just let you know, I got a son who we get ready to go to a wrestling meeting at his school, wants to get into it and everything. And I mean, all he does is watch wrestling, but he said he want to do the actual wrestling. So if he decides to do that, he has some background. But
He's a smart kid.
Hey, he shocks me sometimes, but I love for him to see you at Naptown All Pro if that happens, you know, because I'll be there. I talk to but just know we'll be in the building. Naptown All Pro, February 5th. Welcome to the city. Now out. This is gonna be bad. Now you're in MLW. I really don't like to say this word because everybody probably asks you about it. But y'all made an announcement that y'all treating free agents like a forbidden door type policy. Come in if you want to. Come in. I don't, maybe politics behind it. But let's say you could have 3 wrestlers walk through the door so you could whoop their ass. Just throw them all over the place. I mean, you the champion. I know that's what you'll say you do. Who would those 3 wrestlers be?
AR Fox. AR Fox. Josh Alexander.
The walking weapon. Ooh.
And
the Suplex Assassin versus the walking weapon. No.
O'Shea Edwards. I'd like to do that one again.
O'Shea.
Yeah.
He just put on a banger of a match.
That man hit a moonsault off the top, and he looked like one of the small, like, high fly dudes. Like, it looked like effortless.
It made no sense when I saw it. I said, "Whoa!" I had to watch it like 2 or 3 times. Like,
same.
Would you can you do a moonsault?
Maybe I can, maybe I can't, but I'm not about to try anytime soon.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering, see a big man like O'Shea do that moonsault. I have to rethink some stuff. Like,
the closest I get to leaving the ground is a dive. That's about it, and I do that rarely.
A dive. You scared of heights?
Not afraid of heights. It's, I guess, the way that I've kind of like crafted my style. Like, there's no business for me to be up there.
Oh, I understand that all the way. Okay, I thought you was like, just don't do heights or something, but your style, the way you.
Like when I first started wrestling, like I loved like the over the top rope dives. Like I would try to do those as much as possible, and sometimes they'd be great, and sometimes they'd be terrible. I've never caught my feet on the ropes, thank God. But as I've gotten heavier, I've kind of had to like tone down on that. So I just do suicides. But as far like I think the highest that I've gone on a turnbuckle as far as jumping off of it is the second rope. That's it.
Yeah. Now you say you used to do the top rope dives. You know everybody out here be doing the dives, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you feel about people all having the same type styles out here? Because
I think that it's making it harder for a lot of people to be seen because a lot of people want to center their entire character, entire style around that. And I mean, you could kind of say there's not a lot of routes to go as far as like style, but everybody wants to do everything. So a lot of people don't have a weakness, and that's terrible because superheroes have weaknesses. Characters in movies have weaknesses. That's what makes the story. For us as wrestlers, having a weakness is what makes matches. Like when I'm in there with somebody that's much bigger than me or much stronger than me or whatever, am I going to be able to suplex them off rip? No, I'm going to have to work for that shit. So I'm going to have to go into the bag of wrestling. I'm going to have to wrestle them, wear them down, and then I can start chucking them. But like if it was just, I'm just always the strongest dude in the room or whatever, and there's nobody that can match my strength, then that's going to get real boring real quick, I think.
Me coming from a fan perspective, I see a lot of matches and I want to see a story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people you see out there and, just off rip, they doing 8 spots and then they flipping out the ring and then I'm going to give you 5 finishers, but make sure you pop up and like it's nothing there. But I'm like, yo, like you said, if you wrestling somebody big, there's no way I'm looking for you in the first minute to be able to flip this guy over. You got to go test it out, see if you can do it. Be like, okay, can't do that yet. Got to come back. Let me beat him down, and then I'll be able to do it. But I think that's a lost art with a lot of people, the storytelling part, and that needs to come back in here.
Like, I don't necessarily think that storytelling is a lost art. I think that people are telling different stories. They may not be super engaging stories, but they're still telling stories.
Oh, yeah.
But I think what a lot of people haven't figured out yet, which something I figured out early, like in like early year two, is storytelling makes life a lot easier because then you don't have to do as much. But you're creating those moments that get people invested into the match. So you're not doing 50 moves in a match or doing 50 spots in a match. I like shit to be straightforward. Like I'm not trying to do all of this or whatever for no reason because are people's attention spans like they're not that long. They're not long at all, especially now. So like, and like, I feel like most fans come to wrestling shows to see somebody get their ass whooped or whatever. That's what they want to see. They don't want to see you run across the ring a bunch of freaking times. Now, if you're really, really good at it, because there's a lot of guys that are really, really good at it and they make it make sense, then yeah, do that. But everybody in wrestling doesn't need to be doing all that. Slow down. Work a hold. Interact with the crowd. Like especially if you interact with the crowd, you get the crowd into it, then you don't have to do a billion things. Like you only got to do like what they came to see you do. Like when people come to shows and Alex Kane is on the card, they came to see me suplex people. That's all out of everything, and they came to listen to my theme music. Those two things. They get the theme music, and then at some point in the match, they get the suplexes. That's what they came for. That's all. That's what I have to do. And that's made my life a lot easier. A lot of guys, instead of crafting characters, they're just crafting move sets. And this is as much as wrestling can be thought of, especially like wrestling psychology can be thought of like a video game. It's not a video game. It's not a video game. You're not out here earning specials and stuff like that. You have to engage the people that are watching. You have to tell that story. And then you get to the finish. But like you said, doing 5 finishers or whatever in the match is stupid. Because then I'm pretty sure one of those 5 finishers is somebody's finisher on the card. Like when dudes do pile drivers and they're in the ring and it's not the finish of the match, I'm just like, what are we doing here, bro? Canadian destroyers in the middle of the match, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Yo, it pisses me. I'll be like, and
because people don't want to go home. Like if you hit a Canadian destroyer and the people come up big, go home right there. I don't care what the finish was that you originally put together or had. Go home right there. That's the highest that they're coming up, and a lot of people don't understand that.
Man, because I've been to a lot of shows, and I won't call them out because it's one that's sticking out of my head. Just happened like in the last 4 months. Did about 6 finishers. I was like, man, everybody in the crowd, we all popped. What they ended the match with was weaker than any of the finishers. And everybody was just like, at the end of it, it was like, it just took everything out of the people for the match. They was like, you know what? Like on the fly, like that's how I feel. If you do something on the fly, you know, the people just pop real big, like, oh, like, all right, well, we need to end it right there. Like just
I just kind of because I don't want to drag it on too much longer. But what a lot of people don't understand is like people want to hit all these falsies because they feel like they're needed. Every match doesn't need a falsie. Every match does not need a false finish. Sometimes it needs to be babyface gets up, babyface gets cut off, babyface gets beat up, babyface comes back, and then maybe the heel finishes the match or whatever the finishes of the match. It needs to be that. Every match doesn't need to be this epic thing. I honestly don't think that that's what gets people over in the grand scheme of things. Again, it is storytelling, and a lot of people don't necessarily like establish moves. Like I started to go with in my matches. I've started to go with the mindset of the guys in the Attitude Era. They all had 4, maybe 5 things that they did. With me, with suplexes, like I change. They're interchangeable, so I change them out depending on who I'm wrestling and what I want to do that day. But I try to only do in like a basic match. I only try to do like 5 things in that match. And then like for like the special occasions, like when I wrestled Graham Bell at Action Wrestling, I hit like 10, 11 suplexes that night or whatever. But I'm not doing that every night. Because I want people to be like, oh, well, you know, could he throw this person this many times? Because if I'm doing it all the time, then people are like, oh, well, it's not special anymore. But if I do like, if I stick with my 5 moves and then somebody wants to do a story where I hit some ungodly number of suplexes on somebody, then that makes that special, and then I can go and do that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So the one thing I do want is like I appreciate what y'all doing at MLW because like before you got there when Tankman was coming, I was like, yo, they really out here pushing Calvin Tankman coming to let you know he's gonna be somebody in the company. Like boom. Then I saw Alex Kane come. I'm like, yo, they really pushing Alex Kane to show that he's gonna be somebody in the company. And then you guys are getting the backstage segments. You know, those are really popping me. You know, you're getting the little ring time where you having the interactions, but they're getting broke up. But 5-2 and Hammerstone. Saying that, the amount of money that they putting into it, I see this being a big time feud. I want all the black wrestling podcasters, medias, black wrestling fans to get behind this feud, because these are two of our ones that's coming up right now. And I just want to see y'all get that money and tear it up, because I know y'all can do it. I know you can. Now I always ask this question to everybody, so I got to lean in right quick before I do this. The Rock or Stone Cold?
Stone Cold.
Okay. Because you do suplexes. This just came to my head. Taz or Kurt Angle?
Kurt Angle.
Okay. Brock Lesnar or Kurt Angle?
Kurt Angle.
Okay. If it was one wrestler right now that you could suplex, just because, who would it be?
Ooh. Who haven't? You know what? I'm gonna go. Megan Bain would be fun to suplex.
The Megasis. Yeah.
The Megasis. Let me suplex the Megasis.
She's out here. And since you said Megan Bain, I kind of had this question in my head, but I'm gonna go ahead and go there. Who are some women that you think should be top pillars known that do suplexes? Because we know
I know there's Jordan Blade should definitely be up there. Nicole Savoy. I met her not the last taping, but the taping before. Masha Somovich has some dope ones. She has some dope ones.
Yeah, she does.
She has one that she calls Brain Soup. I don't know if it's her creation or not, but I had half the mind to message her. Like, yo, can I borrow that? Can I borrow that?
Kills it out. Yeah.
Man, Danny Jordan used to be kind of heavy with the suplexes, because that's like when she was training at the A4, like that's what I gathered that she would. And I've been trying to wrestle her for the longest time, but the stars won't align. But I feel like you can put her there.
WWA 4?
Yeah, WWA 4. Yeah.
That's why you said AR Fox. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. How's it feel? Because we talked to A Little Fox on here. We talked to some people. We saw the inside of WW4A. I mean, how does it feel? A4. I mean, how does it feel training under AR Fox? A lot of people don't give him his flowers.
Man,
his flowers.
Fox is like, I don't know what other trainers are like, but Fox is like super chill and laid back. Like he's serious about training, but like he's also like you're supposed to have fun doing this. Like at the end of the day, you're supposed to have fun doing it. And because he's wrestled literally everybody on the planet, I think that's like well known. Yeah. He has so much knowledge, and to like be able to get that, to get that knowledge like every day and not have to like do a seminar or something like that is awesome. And training under AR Fox has kind of made me picky with who I learned from. Like I think I've done like 4, maybe 5 seminars in this entire 3 years, because I've learned so much from Fox himself. And a lot of people don't give that man flowers. That man, like his psychology is his ring psychology is sound, but then his character psychology is even more sound. People think that he just dives and throws himself for no reason. No. Every dive that he does is for a reason. Like my favorite ones are when like something happens. If normally he's a babyface when he does this, but the heel thinks that they got away. They got off the ring. They powdered. They thought they got away.
Oh yeah.
and he'll go to do the regular dive like over the rope, but then they'll move out of the way and they'll move to where the corner is, and then he'll dive on them over the corner.
People got to show AR Fox. If you see this, all love to you. People got to show you more love. I saw this man at a couple indie shows, and then it was some years I hadn't seen him, and then I saw him at the For the Culture show, and saw him at MLW when him and Leon Ruff, I think, was a tag team, and they won.
You mean Evolve?
Evolve, yes, Evolve. They won them championships, and I was like, yo, he's still out here doing amazing stuff. Like, book AR Fox, y'all. Call AR Fox.
For me, I just want to see him on national television. Like, I mean, he was on Lucha Underground, but I want to see him on like an AEW or a WWE. He deserves it. I mean, I know they say that wrestling doesn't owe you anything, but like the amount that he's given to this business, like he deserves at least a shot, at least a spotlight. Like there's literally nobody better. Like, and he's influenced an entire style, an entire generation of wrestlers. He's probably influenced people who don't even know that they've been influenced by him.
He influenced people that influenced other people that don't know that he used to call. Yeah. AR Fox. Shout out to AR Fox, man. That's some good. Alex, man, you got some good people behind you, man. Some good people that brought you up. You out here doing it. I don't even think I got no more questions. I think we can end it right there. I'm gonna go ahead and go to our last spot we got here. That's good. The man was trained at WWA4, y'all. You know how big that is? Because we had Ayla on here and she was talking about people who came through there. He was one of the names mentioned, but you know, we here now. But Alex, before we get out of here, last thing we do, I call the put yourself over moment. You know, the people come on here, they hear you talking and everything, but I want you to let them know your social media, how they can contact you, ways they can support you, anything that you may have coming up. Just want you to put yourself over.
If you want to book me, Alex Kane bookings at gmail.com. Twitter is Alex_Kane11. Instagram is The Real Alex Kane. TikTok is The Real Alex Kane. Brainbuster Tees is where my merch is as far as like buying it online. I have 2 shows this weekend. The first one is Pro Wrestling for the Dream. A friend of mine, Justin Cole White, a student at the school, is heading the whole thing, and basically giving guys a shot. Working on I hope that it shapes up to be a big show. But I'm guessing him putting together a show is his dream. So to be involved in that is definitely an honor. And then Saturday, it's KOBK sold out. I'm wrestling the motherfucking Hoodfoot for the first time ever. So I'm definitely excited for that one. And then I guess the next MLW date that I have is Blood and Thunder in Dallas, Texas, January 21st. No idea what I'm doing yet, but somebody gonna get this work.
January 21st, Dallas. They coming to y'all area. The match with Hoodfoot this weekend. KOBK sold out. I think this is
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yes. Hey, it's a lot of stuff that be happening in that little Chattanooga, Tennessee area, if y'all don't know that area around there. I would be remiss if I didn't ask this before I close out. We end in 2021 and we're going into 2022, the end of the year. What's one thing in 2021 that you are proud of, and what's one thing in 2022 that you're looking to do?
I think the easy answer is definitely winning the national openweight title. But I think I'm proud of myself for being hard on myself about like always delivering every time I step through the curtain. That's my biggest thing is I always want to deliver. Like if someone books a match with me in it and they are hyping this up, like I want to give the people watching, the people that came to see the show, like what they paid for. And then one thing I want to do in 2022 I wrestle Trish Adora. I need that in my life.
Is that?
I need that in my life. Wrestle Darius Carter and Darius Lockhart. I need all of those in my life. And like I said on Twitter yesterday, wrestle on all the black-owned shows in 2022.
Oh, he the name Trish. He the name both Dariuses. Ooh.
And I've talked to both of them in person about it. So somebody needs to make it happen. I don't know why we're pumping the brakes on this. Make it happen.
So what happens here is it's a couple of promotions that'll come and they go to these parts because they know in all these I always ask like 3 people you want to wrestle that is possible to make happen. And then, look down somewhere and matches happen. But those 3 people you named, I mean, they all are on black shows. I can cut this out. There is an angle right now. Darius Carter's trying to run, trying to get a Black Wrestlers Matters Championship. Mm-hmm. You ought to just go into that angle and be like, yo, I suplex you. I've been trying to get on these shows, and you think you go in on your first show and get a championship match? That's the way to get you on that show. I need to call Mike Outlaw, see if we can make that happen some type of way. Because that's 2 birds with 1 stone right there. But I just expect a good show to happen with all these shows. And you are somebody that people should be looking at. So let's see here. Alex, before we go, man, anything you want to tell the fans, just
watch MLW. Watch MLW. Watch it. Watch it. Pay attention to it. Watch it. I see a lot of people complaining about other wrestling companies and not being entertained. Watch MLW if you want to be entertained. Watch MLW if you want to see some of the best talent in the world, some of the best production, some of the best stories. Watch MLW. Invest in MLW.
I will say watch MLW. Also will say MLW. We in the Midwest waiting. You always gave Chicago a few shows, and I happen to be in Chicago some of them times, but my people in Chicago waiting for some of them shows. We see y'all going everywhere else, but don't forget about us.
Come to Atlanta. Come on now, bring it to Atlanta.
MLW, yeah, I've never been to Atlanta.
I don't think so.
Get out west. Get everywhere. MLW, let's go. People, watch MLW. When you see the Fusion thing pop up, it's usually on Wednesdays, about 7 p.m., right before, y'all get ready for Dynamite. Mm-hmm. Click on it. Watch that thing. It's one of the best shows. You want representation? They got it. You want some good matches? They got it. It's everything. It's all over the place. It's good shit to me. But
we check all the boxes.
They really do. They really do. And if you don't like it, send me a message. Tell me why you don't like it, and we'll talk about it. And I'll tell you what you need to watch so you can't like it. But man, yeah, that's good right there. Oh, Christmas time coming up. What you getting for Christmas, Alex? You on the PS5? What you got?
I Xbox don't. One? I'm on Xbox One. I don't know what I'm getting for Christmas, honestly. I might buy myself something, maybe. We'll see.
Treat yourself right, man. Treat yourself right Christmas time. But guys, the MLW Openweight Champion, an independent star, like he's more than just that MLW. You can see him probably locally coming somewhere near you. Just watch out for him. He's a suplex assassin. He does more than suplex, though. We'll just call him an assassin. Alex Kane, thank you for giving us this time. I really appreciate it, man.
Thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it, bro.
No problem, man. To the people, I'm Trey D, and like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet for the culture.
Bam.